So let's have a demo of indexes. So we use the demo database, and we start off by inserting a document. Note that we have specified the underscore ID field in the document. Now, when we make the first insert, we note that the collection demo has been created after the insert. Simultaneously, a document called system.indexes has also been created. Now, let's take a look at what is there in the system.indexes. We run a find on it and find that it specifies a document with the namespaces denoted by ns defined and the name of an index. So this is the default index created for every collection, the index on underscore ID. So every collection is indexed on the underscore ID. You could add indexes as required for other fields. Now, the underscore ID is a unique index and therefore won't allow duplicate entries on this field. So we try to insert another document with an underscore ID is 0, similar to the earlier document, and it returns an error saying that this would create a duplicate key. Let's try and insert another document with a different underscore ID and the same name. This time the insert completes because we have not set a unique index on the name. Now let's go ahead and create an index on the name field. We create an index using the ensure index command. We set the criteria that it should be unique by specifying unique to be true in the options, and we specify that it would be an index on the name field. So what we'll notice is that when the index is being created, it notices that there is already a duplicate entry in the key on which we want to create the index, and therefore the index will not be created. So what is the option that we have in such an eventuality? We use the ensure index command with the same field, and we also specify the option that if there are duplicate entries for the specified field, you have to drop the duplicate and continue with the creation of the index. Now when this command runs, the index is created, and if you then have a look at the documents in the collection, you will find that there is only one document because the second document has been deleted as part of creation of the index. Okay. Now we again look up the system.indexes to check whether the new index has been created. And we'll now notice that there are two entries here. One, the default index on the underscore ID, and the second index that we just created on the namespace, that is demo.demo, that is the database.collection namespace. The name of the index is name_1, and it was created with the option of dropping the duplicates. Okay, let's add a few more documents. So here we create a document in which we have a new field called city over and above the other fields created in the earlier documents. Now we try to create an index on this new field, that is city. And we notice that the index has been created. the name of the index is city underscore 1, and if you notice, it is an index on a field which is not present in all documents. So by default, MongoDB populates the index even if the corresponding field does not exist in a document. So you will have a set of nulls in the index corresponding to documents in which the field does not exist. The way to drop an index is using the drop index command and specify the name of the index as seen in the system.indexes collection. So we notice that the index on the name field has been dropped now. We've also dropped the index on the city field, and we're left with just the default underscore ID index. Now what is the option to ensure that documents which do not have the field specified in the index not appear in the index? The option here is to specify that the index is sparse. When you specify the option that an index should be sparse, MongoDB will not create an index entry for documents which do not have the specified field. So in this case, the index will have only an entry pointing to the one document which has the field city. And as we can see in the system.indexes file, the index appears with the sparse field set to true. We now set a compound index. A compound index is an index on two fields, and here we specify that the compound index should have the name in the ascending order and the last name in the descending order. Here we have to ensure that we use the collection name. It doesn't run on the database. So here we have created a compound index as specified, and if you look up the system.indexes, you will find that this new index appears in the collection. And notice the naming convention used here: name underscore 1 underscore last name underscore -1. The one more option we need to specify is creating a multi-key index. Multi-key index is an index on an array. So to create the index, we use the ensure index command and specify the name of the array on which we want to apply the index. And again, go ahead and have a look at the system.indexes, and we will see that the index called likes underscore 1 has been created.